evening and welcome to the Public Global. You must have seen Donald Trump's inaugural session today. He's become the 47th President of the United States of America. However, Joe Biden has issued a stark warning to the American people about the growing concentration of wealth and powers in the United States. His concerns echo the cautionary word of former President Dwight A. Eisenhower, who in 1961 warned against the rising influence of the military-industrial complex. Mr. Biden's focus is on emergence of a tech industrial complex. You saw the Meta president, you saw was there. You saw Google Sundar Pichai was there. You saw Amazon Jeff Bezos was there. You saw Apple Tim was there. Apple Tim Cooks was there. So basically, he's warning the public about the tech industrial complex that he argues is eroding democratic values by manipulating information, stoking division, and enabling the abuse of power. So he's clearly warned that the new oligarchy is going to take over basic welfare schemes, social security of American people, and whatever little he could do in 4 years of his presidency would be undone. And you saw that in the first presidency of Donald Trump in 2017 to 2021, how American economy nosedived. And now, since he says that he's going to be putting tariffs on China and various countries who will not abide by the trade rules, and also he wants to take over Panama Canal, and he wants to basically take over Greenland to excavate rare earth minerals. It's basically going to be an ecological disaster. This is what Biden warns people. And this warning carries a deep resonance also in the world where technological giants holds unprecedented sway over both public opinion and policy decision. And you would ask me how public opinion gets influenced through social media, through various kind of media management. You are given information on your phones, on your laptops, on your TVs. All the electronic media devices that we use basically uses our brain mapping. Also, our search engines, whatever we search for, it basically collapse all the data and give us only a select information so that we get influenced by that information. And this is what Joe Biden has warned, that policy decision and public opinion can also be manipulated through these oligarchy concepts. Mr. Biden remarks highlight the tension between the promise of a democracy and the reality of the oligarch controls. He says the oligarch control is basically will take away democracy and the rights of people, the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression, and how you conduct your work, how you conduct yourself will also be controlled by these big oligarch companies. In the face of rising inequality, he says, and a growing dominance of a few powerful corporations, democracy risks become a hollow shell where political power is determined not by the will of the people, but by the interests of an elite few. And today's inaugural actually justifies all of that. You saw how people were invited, how many people were invited, who all were invited, and what kind of political capital Donald Trump is trying to create. Whether it will work for the larger interests of the American people. Various racial color people live there. There are people who are immigrants, and he also swears that he's going to throw immigration. People who are illegal immigrants, he's going to throw them out, and also will create a labor shortage. He also proposes, tariffs on Mexico, tariffs on Canada, tariffs on South American countries if they don't give in to the trade rules. And China's and Russia's swearing by de-dollarization is going to make life difficult for Donald Trump. However, this tech industrial complex is not just by a byproduct of a technological innovation. As you say, it's not just the advent of Google, Apple, you can say Meta, where you have Facebook or social media like Instagram. There is also a deliberate consolidation of power that is increasingly difficult to challenge. So this concentration of power where all the technical or industrial czars come together and they try to influence policy making through American Congress, through American Parliament, and through laws. Because Trump, as soon as he came in, he says he's going to be signing 200 bills or 200 resolutions. Let's see what those resolutions bring into the people of America. However, from misinformation campaigns to monopolistic control over personal data, the tech giants are shaping political discourse and public perception in ways that threatens the very fabric of democracy. People have warned, let's see if America listens. The concept of an oligarchy in the United States is not new. Over the decades, economic inequality has steadily increased, and the power of corporate America has expanded, often to the detriment of the ordinary citizen. So, ordinary citizens are not getting regular, grants that the American government gives in terms of social security, in terms of food security, in terms of education and health benefits. So, this inequality is further going to rise. Joe Biden has warned. His concern is that this trend will soon culminate in an entrenched oligarchy where the influence of money and corporate interest dominates the democratic process. The question now is whether American democracy can survive this concentration of power or if we will fall victim to the forces of wealth and influence. A similar thing that you see in India, where the Prime Minister of the India is not invited to the inaugural, but then the biggest industrial giant, Mukesh Ambani and Nita Ambani, by their invite to the inaugural, and this is endorsing that in all the countries where you have oligarchy, whether you have big industrial complexes or big corporate houses, they can buy a ticket, meet Donald Trump, and ask for favors. So this is the new America that you will be seeing, and it's very interesting to see how India will align itself to its new friends, Israel and America, because as of yesterday, my Indian Defense Ministry announced that they will be producing or importing weapons through Israel and giving it to Asian countries to keep China in check at the South China Sea. But what we don't understand is that they have taken away 38,000 square kilometer of our land in Leh, Ladakh, and Arunachal, and the government is doing nothing about it. How do it expect to sell weapons to Asian countries to keep China in check? First, we should be able to keep China in check, and that's more important. However, coming back to America, the increasing dominance of the giants like Google X, Meta, and Amazon has created a new power structure that operates largely outside the reach of traditional regulatory framework. These companies not only control vast amount of personal data, but also wield significant influence over political discourse, often shaping public opinion through algorithm and targeting messaging. As I said, how they come and influence your life. They see what you search on the search engines on Google. They also take a note of what are you looking for, and through various messaging devices, whether it's through Instagram, WhatsApp, or your Facebook, you keep getting messages where whatever you're searching for is all available through advertisements. So these algorithms play a big part in influencing your decision. These companies not only control your personal data, but also your political discourse. Because once you see, on YouTube, when you're searching for certain information, certain news, so they know who you are basically voting for and what you're looking for. And through target messaging, they try to influence your decisions, whether it's for casting a vote or for supporting a particular apolitical party. However, Mr. Biden's warning against the rise of an oligarch system driven by the power of technology is a call of action for all Americans and indeed to citizens of the world. If America is to preserve its democratic values, it must confront the unchecked power of corporations, reform the political system, and ensure that the voices of the ordinary citizens are heard above the noise created by the wealthy elite. And as Eisenhower in 1961 cautioned for, whether the military industrial complex or the tech sector has the potential to erode the very essence of democracy. So the warning in 1961 still holds true. However, Mr. Biden's final address serves as a reminder of the fragile nature of democracy and the responsibility of all citizens must bear in preserving it. And however, he's left a note for the new president. Let the president read the note what Joe Biden has left him and carry on the legacy of America by the people, for the people, of the people. The democratic values should not be hurt. India is also not far behind. And if this oligarch control of the American system is complete and all the value systems of democracy are destroyed, we are not too far. And that's a warning that we should be heeding to. Thank you for listening. I hope you like our program. Do write in the comment box how we can improve it further. Goodbye for now. Thank you.